get started in extended child's pose. Now, as you land, inhale through your nose, fill your lungs, stretch your ribs and your back. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Take at least 2 more like that. Exaggerate the inhale, that stretch of your ribs. And when you exhale, exaggerate the sinking of your body into the floor. Change your breath. Seal your lips. Breathe in and out through your nose. And feel, rather than the exaggeration of the expansion on the inhale and the sinking in on your exhale, simply focus on smoothness throughout the length of the inhale and the exhale. As you hold here in child's pose, a couple more breaths. Feel the easiness of it. Simple pose. Intentionally starting simple, intentionally starting easy to focus fully on the breath. So when your mind wanders, keep coming back to that steadiness throughout the length of the in, the length of the out breath. Still in child's pose, bring some action to your upper body. Spread your fingers wide, press the tips of your fingers into the floor, and lift your palms. From that pressure of your fingertips into the floor, send your shoulder blades onto your back, extend your hips back. So what you're doing is you're stabilizing your upper back and lengthening your spine. Breathe in, hold it as you breathe out. Press up to tabletop, hands and knees. Extend your left leg back, right arm forward, hold it. You want to work external rotation in your right shoulder joint. So spin your right arm so that your right thumb points up. Send your shoulder blade onto your back. Point your left toes down, press through your left foot, pull your belly in. As you breathe out, add a bit of emphasis to the bottom of the exhale so you have this extra squeeze, and what it does is it fires up your core muscles and turns on a little more emphasis to your breathing muscles to exhale forcefully at the end. Add movement with that inhale, hold it. Exhale, squeeze elbow to knee, and round your back, squeeze to the bottom of your exhale. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, extend, listen. Exhale, hold it. Feel that engagement of your upper abdominals. A tabletop. Few rounds, cow and cat. Inhale, cow, stretch your front line, send your shoulders back. Exhale, cat, tuck your chin, round. Keep going. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Back to neutral. Right leg back, left arm forward. Hold it. External rotation, your left shoulder. So left thumb points up, left shoulder blade stabilizes onto your back. Point your right toes down, press through your right foot. Keep holding. So you notice maybe there's some anticipation, especially on the second side. You know what's coming. Anticipation is a form of that mind chatter, that mind going. So it's pulling you from the present moment. So when you notice it, come back to the steady, even breath. On your next exhale, add that emphasis to the bottom of your exhale. So there's a little squeeze in your core. And now emphasize further with movement. Inhale, hold it. Exhale, squeeze elbow to knee around your back. Use that extra squeeze to the bottom of the exhale. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. One more. Inhale out. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, extend it. Exhale, stay just as you are. Tabletop, down dog. Bring some movement. Bend your knees, sway your hips, shake your head. it still. Ground through your foundation. So hands, feet, spread your fingers, reach your heels towards the floor. Doesn't matter if your heels touch or if they don't ever even get close. It's just an action of reach towards the floor with the heels. Press your fingertips into the floor and even feel as if your palms will lift slightly. Send your shoulders onto your back, any amount of bend to your knees, lift your hips up and back. Relax the weight of your head. Step your feet forward, wide-legged forward fold. Grab for opposite elbows. Contrast the effort in down dog in your upper body with relaxing. Let your shoulder blades draw towards your ears. Release the weight of your head. Sway side to side. Hands to the floor, step your feet together, uncurl, rise to stand. Roll your shoulders back, hands at heart center, close your eyes, or take a soft gaze. Samastitihi is equal on all sides, standing at attention. Great place to set an intention for your practice, so you can set your intention or dedicate your practice to someone or to something. Option 2, set your intention to this anchor with the forceful exhale. So that extra squeeze to the bottom of your exhale. So you can set your intention to that or what you choose. We'll send it out together. So breathe in full, feel that expansion. With your open mouth exhale, send out your intention. Inhale, extended mountain pose, lift your arms. Exhale, forward fold, pull down so it's active. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank, and you'll hold. Just like in down dog. So you have the same contact points in the ground. Hands, feet. Spread your fingers, press the tips of your fingers down, and even feel as if your palms will lift slightly, shoulders onto your back, even though they aren't probably going to lift, and that's not really the point. Reach your heels back, create a pull with your feet like you'll drag your feet forward, shift your tippy toes lower halfway, chaturanga, all the way to the floor. Hands wider than your mat. Wide-armed cobra, lift your upper back. Press the tops of your feet down, tuck your chin, get length in the back of your neck, elbows draw back, shoulder blades drop back, breathe. So this pose, you're turning on the musculature that stabilizes your upper back. Next couple of exhales, use that squeeze to the bottom of the exhale. Especially with your front line pressing into the floor, feel the change, right? That pressure of core. Turn on. Lower your forehead down. Plant your hands under your elbows. Feet in the air, knees press. Push up to tabletop. Down dog. Flow, sun A. Inhale. Exhale, look forward, step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, or it could be low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Exhale, step or jump forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Take it from your toes or from your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Exhale, step or jump forward, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, squeeze left knee to chest. Shift forward and hold it. Stack your shoulders over your hands. Hug your left leg up. Spread your shoulder blades apart. Inhale, three-legged plank. Left leg back, heart forward, hold it. Left toes point down. Press through your left foot. Tuck your chin slightly so the back of your neck is long. Create a pull with your right foot like you'll drag it forward. Inhale, three-legged dog. Left leg lifts. With breath, exhale, squeeze knee to chest. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, hold it. Feel that squeeze to the bottom of your exhale. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, squeeze knee to chest. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, hold it. Squeeze to the bottom. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step between your hands. Fingertips. Inhale, cow lunge. So you sink your hips, bend into your right knee some amount, send your shoulders back, stretch the front of your right thigh. Fingertips on the floor or fists. Cat lunge. Lift your hips up, fold over your left leg. You can still have a bend in your left knee. You want to feel a stretch to the back of your left thigh. Hands on the floor or again, fists. Head heavy. Press the ball mound of your left foot into the floor. Draw your left hip back. Inhale, cow lunge. Sink your hips. Exhale, hands to the floor, left knee to chest. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to chest and hold it. Hands press, shoulder blades spread. Hug your right leg up closer. Inhale, three-legged plank. Hold. Again, lengthen it. Right toes point down, shoulders on your back. Create a pull with your left foot like you'll drag it forward. Inhale, three-legged dog. Right leg lifts. Flow it. Exhale, squeeze knee to chest. Shift forward. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, hold it. There's that pull, bottom of your exhale. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, hold it. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, squeeze knee to chest and step between your hands. Inhale, cow lunge. Hips sink down. Shoulders draw back. Feel a stretch through the front of your left thigh. It might be subtle. It might be big. Either way, it's fine. It's a stretch where you're working a whole lot of stability. You aren't going deep into the stretch because of the constraints around the rest of the pose. So it's a great place to practice, like especially if you're very flexible, it's a great place to practice actually more of the stability, more of the strength in the pose. Just press through your right foot. Draw your right hip back. Cat lunge. Hips lift, head heavy. Any amount of bend in your right knee. Couple breaths. And again, put pressure down through the ball mound of your right foot. So your ball mound is right behind your big toe. It's like the meat of your foot. Draw your right hip back. Inhale, cow lunge, hips sink. Exhale, hands to the floor. Squeeze right knee to chest. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step between your hands. Inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, cat lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Hold it, breathe. Feel the stretch to the front of your right thigh. Reach through your right heel. Create that same pull with your right foot, like you'll drag your right foot forward. And as you do that, feel how you can draw your right hip forward. Spin your pinky fingers in, draw your shoulder blades down. Open warrior two. Land in it. Press down through your feet. Left knee, left toes, point forward. Press through your right foot. So there's strong, solid through the foundation of your legs. Outward reach through your hands. Flip your palms to the side. So palms, chest are facing the same direction. Also face your head in the same direction of your chest. So rather than turning your head forward, let your head be neutral. Outward reach through your fingertips. Reverse warrior. Stretch through your left side. Feel the strength of your left foot. Press it into the floor. Use your right hand, lift up out of your right side to get a bit more stretch through the left. As you breathe in, use your breath to expand through the left side of your ribs. Side angle. Left arm down, right arm high. Again, face your palms to the side. Gaze towards the side also. So head is neutral. You can always rest your left elbow on your left thigh. Both shoulder blades onto your back. Press through your right foot. Feel the strength through your right leg. Send your left hip back. Left shoulder blade onto your back. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands to the floor. Squeeze left knee to chest. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, squeeze knee to chest and step. Inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, cat lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Holds. Breathe. Land. Feel yourself, especially with each exhale breath, settle into the pose. Point your right knee, your right toes forward. Reach your left heel back and create a pull with your left foot. So just like in plank, it's like you'll pull your left foot forward and then feel how you can draw your left hip forward also. With your arms up, externally rotate your shoulders. So that's pinky fingers in. Open warrior two. Again, settle. Use your exhale breaths to physically get lower in the pose. Get more grounded in the pose. Feet press. Press through your left foot. Right knee, right toes, point forward. Go for some depth. Face your palms to the side. Gaze to the side, so head, neck are neutral. Reach outward through your fingertips. Breathe. Reverse warrior. Stretch through your right side. Feel the strength of your right foot, your right leg. Use your breath to increase the stretch in your right ribs, your right side body. Left hand, use it to lift up out of your left side. Again, gaze forward, same direction as your chest, rather than turning your head and neck. Side angle. Right arm down, left arm high. Palms face the side, head faces the side. You can rest your right elbow or extend your right arm down, either way. Press through your left foot so you engage the strength of your back leg. Draw your right hip back. So that means your left hip will come forward slightly. That's fine. You're prioritizing length in the spine. Send your right shoulder blade onto your back so you have this neutral through the chest. Reach up through your left arm. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands to the floor. Right knee squeezes to chest. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Feel that pull of your left foot forward. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. I'll flow it with breath. A couple simplifications. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, squeeze it in and step between your hands. Fingertips, inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, cat lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands to the floor, left knee to chest. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, lower halfway, or you go straight to down dog. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, squeeze it in and step. Fingertips, inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, cat lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands to the floor, right knee to chest. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Keep going. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, squeeze it in and step. Fingertips, inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, cat lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands to the floor, left knee to chest. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, squeeze and step. Fingertips, inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, cat lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands to the floor, right knee to chest. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, step or jump, top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, chair. Exhale, airplane arms and hold. Pause with it. Face your palms down, send shoulders onto your back, shoulder blades onto your back. Feel this hinge at your hips. So hips go back, and to add depth in the legs, that's the key. Hips go back, and then your chest will come forward. So you maintain neutral in your back. Breathe. Now as you hold in the pose, emphasize that bottom of your exhale, so there's that extra squeeze. Feel like your ribs getting lower. Use that extra squeeze to exhale the air from your lungs. Option, lift your heels. Add another element of balance challenge. If you fall or wobble, you simply get back in. Squeeze to the bottom of your next exhale. Inhale, standing back bend. Our hands to your low back or arms up or out. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, high plank pose, and you hold. Action through your hands, fingertips, so you even lighten on your palms. Reach your heels back, create that pull with your feet. Shift forward, lower to the floor. Wide-armed cobra, fingertips, tops of your feet press, lift. Breathe. Tuck your chin so that the back of your neck gets long. So part of this action that we're working, part of the emphasis is neutral neck. And the thing is, you have a whole lot of movement in your neck. So like I could gaze up and it feels like the pose is deeper. The thing is though, and you could do that, there's nothing wrong with it. It's simply that the emphasis right here is on strength in the upper back. And so maintaining neutral in the neck might actually like feel better and feel more like what your head and neck needs. It's like that stability strength versus increasing mobility, which you don't really necessarily need to increase mobility in the highly mobile neck. Elbows draw back, shoulders back, feel your chest broad. Squeeze to the bottom of your exhale. Feel that with your belly pressing into the floor. And then lower top of your forehead to the floor. Arms at your sides. Fingertips press down. Well, this time, airplane. Lift your upper back and lift your legs. Fingertips on the floor. So there's that pressure. Extra emphasis to engage your upper back. Again, slight tuck of the chin so the back of the neck is long. Spread your toes, and then if you want, you lift your arms. Breathe. Emphasize the squeeze to the bottom of your exhale. One more breath. Release down, push back to child's pose. Knees wide or knees together, arms forward or arms at your side. Now as you hold in this child's pose, a couple rounds of breath, a few rounds of breath, connect back into that simplicity, just like the first time in child's pose, top of the class. With your exhale, feel your body sink in. Connect to how physically easy the pose is. Savor that. Just as you turn towards the sensation and the challenging poses, turn towards the ease. One more breath round. Still in child's pose, add the action in your upper body. So reach your arms forward if they aren't already. Press the tips of your fingers into the floor. Lift your palms from that pressure of your fingertips. Send your shoulder blades onto your back. Reach your hips back so it's active lengthening for your spine and active stabilizing for your upper back. Down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, squeeze knee to chest, shift forward. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, hold it. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, squeeze it in and step. Fingertips, inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, cat lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor, bend your right knee, or rather hands to heart. Bend your right knee and hover your right knee off the floor. So you feel for a moment this load of your legs. Draw left hip back, right hip forward. Press your palms together, lift up through the top of your head. Right knee comes all the way down, low lunge. Hands to your front thigh, or you could lift arms up and overhead. Keep your back toes curled under, or top of your right foot comes down. Hips sink forward and down. So you increase the stretch to the front of your right thigh. It's like cow lunge taken further. More support, less stabilizing strength. Put some pressure down through your left foot. And from that pressure of your left foot, draw your left hip back. Breathe full. And notice the change in the pose or the experience in the pose when you emphasize that squeeze to the bottom of your exhale. Take one more breath round in your depth of the stretch. Now come out of your stretch depth. Stack your hips over your right knee. Hands come to heart center. Curl your back toes under. Put pressure into the ball mound of your right foot. And now hover your right foot up. Hover your right knee off the floor. Hold that load of your legs. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, airplane pose. Arms sweep back, heart forward. Weight your left leg, lift your right. So with the right leg in the air, point your right toes down, press through your right foot, draw your left hip back so you create more hinge in the left hip. Palms face down, send your shoulder blades onto your back. Squeeze your right knee to your chest, step your right foot down, chair pose, breathe in. Exhale, twist to the right, hands at heart center. Hook your left elbow either between your knees or outside of your right knee. Weight your heels, reach your hips back. So you work that active lengthening in your spine. That'll allow you more twisting room. Press hand to hand. Or if you're feeling it in your wrist, make a fist with your right hand. Press your fist into your left palm. Shoulders on your back. So you come back to the neutrality with a whole lot of wrenches thrown into it, right? So you have the bend of your legs, deep hinge of your hips, and then you're twisting. We'll bring neutral to your upper back. One more breath round. As you exhale, feel that squeeze to the bottom of your exhale. Forward fold. Separate your feet, hip width distance. Padahastasana. Slide your hands under your feet so toes touch your wrists. This is also known as hands to feet pose. Make it the active version. Bend your knees any amount to facilitate this hands under feet. Send your shoulder blades up your back and pull your chest towards your thighs. Relax your head. As you hold in this forward fold, emphasize the squeeze to the bottom of your exhales. Shift more weight towards your toes. So this hand position is counter to your hand position in plank and down dog. So it's a really nice opposition. Wiggle your toes, put some pressure through your palms. Now slide your hands out from underneath your wrists. Step your feet together. Standing splits. Lift your right leg in the air. So now you emphasize the stretch to the back of your left leg. Left hand to your left thigh or calf, pull down. Shoulders up your back. Hinge at your left hip, so you send your left hip back. Any amount of bend in your left knee. Lunge stance, step your right foot way back. Warrior two, open. Land in it. Ground into your feet. Side angle. Left arm down, right arm high. And you're holding, breathe. Press through your right foot, draw your left hip back. Outward reach through your arms. Neutral in your head. So head, face the same direction. Your face is in the same direction as your chest rather than looking down or up. Left shoulder blade onto your back and you simply hold. So holding poses can bring up another level of challenge because you're building muscular sensation without changing anything. And oftentimes when we come up against that sensation, it's like we have this urge to move, to change, to fidget. And so holding without adding anything is a practice of riding that wave of challenges that ebbs and flows. Acknowledging the urge to adjust something and to simply acknowledge it without acting on it. It's a form of response versus reaction. One more breath round. Squeeze to the bottom of the exhale. Reverse triangle. Straighten your left leg. Lift up and out of your left side. So you release that compression, that shortening in the left side body. Feel your feet. Press your feet into the floor. Triangle pose. Reach out over your left leg. It's left arm down, right arm high. Super similar in the upper body and in the hips to side angle, except now you have the straight left leg. Press your feet into the floor. Palms face the direction of your chest. Face, head faces the direction of your chest as well. Your left hand can land on your leg or the floor or a block, or it could be floating. Draw your left hip back. Allow your right hip, so that's the top hip, to roll forward slightly. And again, it's emphasizing neutral back. And the opposite of neutral back would be like if you pulled your right hip back and then you'd have kind of this side bending. So you want to work the left hip back more so than the right. Stay with it. One more breath round and take it all the way to the end, to that squeeze at the bottom of the exhale. Reverse warrior. Bend into your left knee. Lift up and out of your left side. So again, release the stretch to the left side. Feel the contrast of bending into your left leg. Side angle pose. Right back to where you started. Left arm down, right arm high, and you hold. Breathe. Trust this sensation. Draw your left hip back. Let your right hip roll forward slightly. Soften your gaze. Feel the strength, especially at the bottom of your exhale where it fires up your core. Feel the softness, the flexibility to stay. Two more breath rounds. Take them full. Experience that squeeze to the bottom of each of the exhales. Inhale, warrior two, lift. Exhale, hands to the floor, left knee squeezes to chest. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, scorpion dog. Left hip up and back, and then stack left hip over right. Bend and straighten your left leg. Roll out your hip and ankle. Down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, squeeze knee to chest. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, hold it. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, squeeze knee to chest and step. Fingertips, inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, cat lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart. Bend your left knee, hover it off the floor. Hold the hover. So you pause, legs loaded. Right hip back, left hip forward. Press your palms together, lift up to through the top of your head. And now lower. Left knee all the way down, low lunge. Hands can come to your front thigh, or you could lift your arms up. So you're taking cow lunge further. Hips sink forward and down. You can keep your back toes curled under, especially if you feel it a lot on your left knee. The back toes curled under to take some of the pressure off the knee. Or you can place the top of your left foot down. Send your shoulders back. Press through your right foot. So even though it's a deeper stretch, we want to add activation. And what that is it's this pressure through the right foot, and you draw your right hip back. What it's doing is it's turning on your core stabilizers, your hip stabilizers, core strength, which stabilize your hips, so that when you're stretching, you're not going for depth of stretch, you're going for alignment of your skeleton and then stretching from there. So we don't want to put pressure on the joints themselves, we want to stretch the muscles. And so that's that muscular strength to stay neutral, encourages the stretch of the muscles rather than the stretch of the joints. Breathe with it. One more full breath in the depth of your stretch. And now hips over your back knee. So you come out of that depth, curl your back toes under, pressure into the ball mound of your left foot first. And again, what that's doing is turning on some of the muscles before we load them fully. Hands at heart, and now hover your left knee. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane pose. Weight your right leg, heart forward, go for it. Palms face down. Point your left toes, the left leg, that's leg in the air, down. Pressure through your left foot. Deepen the hinge on your right hip. Draw your right hip back. Face your palms down. Send your shoulder blades onto your back. Breathe. It's a balance pose, so if you wobble, it's part of it. You simply get back in. Now squeeze your left knee to your chest. Step your left foot down. Inhale, chair. Exhale, prayer twist, left. Hands at heart. Hook your right elbow between your knees or outside of your left knee. Weight your heels. Reach your hips back. If you're feeling this in your wrist, fist with your left hand. Put your fist into your right palm. shoulder blades onto your back. So you're still working that neutral. Breathe. Feel, especially in the twist, that extra emphasis at the bottom of your exhale can help enhance. It turns on the strength of your core to enhance the twisting. Reach your hips back. One more breath. One more squeeze to the bottom of your exhale. Forward fold. Separate your feet, hip width distance. Hands to feet pose again, this time passive version. So slide your hands over your feet. Bend your knees any amount. And rather than pulling down, relax down. Head heavy, let your shoulder blades, this is a contrast, let your shoulder blades draw towards your ears. More weight forward towards your toes. If it feels right, take a couple open mouth exhales. A part of the contrast in this rather than actively stretching, this passively stretching, is in the breath as well. So rather than using that squeeze to the bottom of your exhale, which is a very active breath, let the breath be easy. So an open mouth exhale is a great version of an easy breath. Now slide your hands out from underneath your feet. Step your feet together to touch. Weight your right leg. Standing splits, left leg in the air. Hinge at your right hip. Draw your right hip back. Action through your left foot and leg. Grab your right leg. Pull down. Lunge stance. Left leg way back. Warrior two, open. Land in it. Feel your legs. Feet rooted into the floor. Bend in your right knee. Outward reach through your arms. Side angle pose. Right arm down, left arm high, and you're going to hold. Right? So you can rest your right elbow or extend your right arm down. Palms face the side, and then also gaze towards the same side rather than turning your head up or down. Press through your left foot. Draw your right hip back. Allow your left hip, so that's the top hip, to roll forward. And you practice holding, simply staying in the pose without adding a version, a variation. Breathe. Experience the challenge, and oftentimes it'll increase and then it will decrease. Not always, but oftentimes it will. So part of the practice of holding the pose is to observe the fluctuations of the challenge. It's a great representation of the passing of things. Just like you won't be in this pose forever, this pose will pass. The challenge will also ebb and flow. The urge to move and fidget and change it will also ebb and flow. Stay for one more breath round to the bottom of the exhale. Squeeze to it. Reverse triangle. Straighten your right leg. Feel the contrast, the stretch to the right side, the release of the compression. Feet press into the floor. Feel your legs strong. Triangle pose. Reach out over your right leg. Right arm down, left arm high. Same action in the hips. Right hip back, left hip will roll forward. And again, that's to prioritize length in the side body. So the opposite action would be like if you pulled your left hip back, and what you would be doing then is more of a side bending. So right hip back will facilitate that length through the spine rather than side bending. And you simply hold. Palms face the side, head faces the side. Press your feet into the floor. Breathe. Stay. One more breath round, all the way to the bottom of the exhale. Stay for it. Reverse warrior. Stretch through your right knee by getting more depth. Shoulder blades onto your back. side angle. Right arm down, left arm high. So you go right back to it. You can rest your right elbow or extend it down. Breathe. Practice the active exhale. So you squeeze to the bottom of the exhale. Stay without adding. Trust that you can be with that sensation. So the other thing that often can happen is there's this choosing beforehand, like how much sensation, how long to stay in the pose. Often unconsciously is decided beforehand. And so this practice of staying for the amount of time, trust that you can. Set aside the predetermined sensation that you can handle. Press through your left foot. One more breath, stay to the bottom of the exhale. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands to the floor, right knee to chest. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, scorpion dog. Stack right hip over left, bend and straighten your right leg, roll out your hip, your ankle. Step your right foot wide outside of your right hand. Runner's lunge, relaxed. Lower your left knee, add a quad stretch. So you can do this two ways. You can plant your right hand on your right thigh, so you add this twisting action towards the right, which will increase the stretch for the left thigh. Or you can grab your foot. Right hand will grab the left foot. Either way, left hand or left elbow could be grounded. Send your left shoulder blade onto your back. So there's this lifting up out of your left shoulder rather than a sinking into it. Lift out of it. Now feel free to let your right knee drift wide. You want to be careful with your ankle and your knee. So to do that, simply spread your toes. So that action in the foot will keep the ankle and knee neutral. And keeping the ankle and knee neutral, what it'll do, other than honoring those joints, is send the stretch to your hips, which is where you want it because that's how the hips move. The knee doesn't move that way, but the hip does. Stay for one more breath. Plant your hands. Three-legged dog, right leg up and back. Flip dog if you choose. That means you'll step your right foot outside of your mat, pivot so that your toes point back, lift up out of your left shoulder. Make your way to half pigeon pose. Right knee behind your right wrist, right ankle up towards your left wrist. Pause upright. Curl your back toes under. So put some pressure into your left foot, and from that pressure, draw right hip back, left hip forward. So you're actively neutralizing your hips, and then fold forward. If half pigeon is better on your back, take the supine version of figure four. Change your breathing. So rather than the active exhale, the squeeze to the bottom of your exhale, practice a releasing exhale. So when you breathe in, feel the stretch of your ribs, the expansion of your torso. And when you breathe out, feel your body relax somewhat. You may notice as you hold in the pose, as you move through each breath, you may notice another area where you're kind of tensing. I even notice sometimes like I'll be clenching my left glute in half pigeon. Or clenching my forehead or my jaw. Or my fingers. So you just allow the areas of tension to reveal themselves breath by breath. Two more breath rounds. Then down dog. Left leg up and back. Step left foot outside of your left hand. Runner's lunge. Right knee comes down, and then increase the quad stretch one of two ways. So way number one, left hand to left thigh, add the twisting action towards the left. Option number two, grab for your foot. Left hand grabs right foot. You can be on your right hand or elbow or right fist. Either way though, send your right shoulder blade back so you're lifting up rather than sinking in. Now feel free to let your left knee drift wide. Again, you bring that spreading of your toes, so you activate your foot, which will support your ankle and your knee joint in neutral. Plant your hands. Scorpion dog. Left leg up and back. Flip dog if you choose. Step your left foot outside of your mat. Pivot so that toes point towards the back. And then lift up out of your right shoulder. Half pigeon pose. Set it up, left side. For forward facing, set up a little active neutral for the hips. So curl your back toes under, put pressure through your right foot, send your left hip back, right hip forward, and then fold forward. You can keep that or you can relax it. Connect in again with those relaxing breaths. There's a little bit of contrast here at the end between moving between some activation, some action, and some release. And the thing is, your ability to relax, it's the same neuromuscular connection. So it's the same connection between your brain and your muscles that allows you to relax as it does to engage. And so working both sides of that muscle control here at the end of class strengthens your ability to do both or either. Relax when you want to relax, engage when and where you want to engage. Stay 2 more breaths. Down dog to your back. On your back, hug your knees into your chest. Active neutral. Press your hips down, press your upper back down, press the back of your head down into the floor. Hug your knees in, feel some compression through your hip flexors. Compression in your belly, your torso. feel this squeeze. Keep squeezing in. Hips down, back of the head down, upper back down, knees squeeze in. It's an active neutral. It's neutralizing for your back. It's also neutralizing for your nervous system. One more inhale with this squeeze. Exhale with the squeeze. A release. Final Shavasana. Extend your legs out long. Toes relax open, palms face the ceiling. Close your eyes. A final pose to practice stillness. To practice the release. Just as you practice engagement, specific muscular engagement, the counter practice of relaxation, it still requires intention. So you practice holding here. Be the observer of the fluctuations, the urge to move, to fidget, to get on with it. The wandering thoughts. And as you observe, you practice observing, you practice response versus reaction. So rather than reacting and getting carried away with it, you respond by turning towards the here and now, the stillness. And you make that choice again and again as you need. And feel free to stay. If the time is now, start with a breath into your belly. A full body stretch. Knees into chest, roll up to a seat. A tall seat, and hands to heart. Feel strong, rooted and lifting upwards. Supple. Acknowledge your practice. The steadiness of your breath. Lift your forehead lift your hands to the center of your forehead. Acknowledge the completion of your practice.